Let's fire on very sharply. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now that we have the time, also tell us, how was it? I've heard your story about growing up in
But let's do
Okere.
something. The maximum.
Yes, I've heard your story about growing up in
Okay.
Okere. Going around in Kumagba Estate
Yeah.
while they were selling that place. Going to government college,
Yes.
and you did a lot growing up in Warri. This program is everything
FGC
Warri. So we
Warri.
talk about, yes, we talk about your past in the city, your present, and then
Okay.
what you think the future should be like. So tell us about your growing up in Warri. How was it like? How was the experience for you growing up in the city? You can speak pidgin. Feel free, sir.
I came to Warri in 1963, much earlier, because he started work in 1947, January 15, 1947. When we grew up at Warri, there was no bridge between Upper and Lower Erejuwa then. There was no bridge at Ogboru. Erejuwa and Lower Erejuwa were constructed in my presence. There when we were growing up. No college of education. But Warri was very interesting to live in. Near the main market, they had what was called Keep Left. It was very clean because we were still driving on the other side of the road. We had Chelerams, Chelerams, somewhere behind near the waterside. And we had Kingsway at NRA Junction, Kingsway. And we had fun. It was peaceful. It was nice. And we were highly detribalized. We were known as Warri boys and Warri girls. There was no Urobo Ishekiri Ijo dichotomy. We were Warri children. And Christmas time, you went and ate in any person's house that was close to your family, even not close. We even had Igala quarters at number 110 Okere Road. If you go inside a little bit, we had Igala quarters. And we had God's Time Bakery owned by the Ezelis, somewhere around Obaho Junction with Upper Erejuwa. His vehicle number was MW1010. MW1010. And so Warri was interesting. We had the prison rice farm at Okere, as you are going to the GROA. We had Damba in the golf field where we went to swim. We had another Damba where Vinyl Hospital is built now. So went to swim. So, okay. I hope that's all I can say. Warri was nice. We had Lido nightclub. We had Zina nightclub. We had Paradisco. We had Bamboo Garden. We had Tony Gray. Before him, Gray came up. We had we played High Life. There were Kukuma bars in Okere where people drank Kukume. It was real nice. Omuna available there. Omuna available there. Then there was Okere Juju, Oshogumale, Okboye. Then we had Agbasa Juju. We had Agbasa Juju and all that. Then until one wave came when we had Togri, we had McDermott Giant, we had NRA Giant, we had all kinds of giants before the intertribal rivalries came in and Warri degenerated to what we are trying to recover from.
So now that you've talked about intertribal rivalry, by the way, nostalgic feeling here, just hearing all the stories and things that you reminisce. I remember God's Time Bakery because as a student in Nana Primary School, we used to still go and buy bread at God's Time Bakery. There used to be a mechanic shop just by the bakery. And sometimes they have prisoners who come to work there and what. So I remember some of those things and with nostalgic feeling. So, but you mentioned something about intertribal rivalry that led to the degeneration, and then when we had youth, what was the word now? Youth restiveness and all that led to companies leaving the city. What, in your opinion, led to all of that intertribal rivalry?
There's something called the Dutch disease. The Dutch disease is a phenomenon in economics and politics that happens in territories that have mineral resources, where there is cheap money. There are some things that follow. People leave agriculture, they leave other things, and concentrate on the exploitation of that mineral and the elite capture. Elite capture is when the elite want to capture the wealth to themselves. So with the advent of oil boom, there was this tendency to struggle for ownership of territories and offices and positions such that people cannot corner the dividends that will come from the exploration and exploitation of the mineral resource present. And then it's usually the elite that now pitch each other, people against each other, so that as they are fighting and killing themselves, they can be cornering the wealth to themselves. The tragedy in the Warri crisis is that nearly every person from all the segments contending against each other, they are related to one another. It's either your father is Ichekiri, your mother is Urobo, your father is Ichekiri, your mother is Ijo, your father is Urobo, your mother is Iche. I have Ichekiris in my family. I have cousins that are Ichekiris. I have in-laws that are Ichekiris. The Egbejule is my cousin. The mother is my father's younger sister. Amajatoja is my wife's younger brother. The Okwamajatoja in Agbar. So it is the elites that make them fight each other, so that as the people are fighting, they can corner the Commonwealth. And when it comes to sharing resources, yes, when it comes to sharing resources, they don't fight each other. They know how to corner the resources to themselves without fighting each other.
True.
Anytime you see the elite call you to come and fight, know that this is for their private, personal interest. So then the other thing was that with this elite capture, there was the deprivation of the youths, and there was lack of social justice. I could go to government college Ughelli, school fees was quite low. I could go to FGC Warri with Rewane's children, Obobine's children, Jaja Wachuku, all kinds of people of your whiskey. I could go to government college with the Boraros, with the Mudiagaojis, with the Agodos, from a background in Okere where we lived in a mud house, and we didn't have toilets. We went to toilet in the Biroba behind Ossi College. But we had this social justice. I could go to medical school, graduate, work in the general hospital. But with elite capture, this social justice and availability of resources to the general populace, particularly the youth, is not there. And when there is this deprivation, violence comes in. I was somewhere in Springs in South Africa. A man saw me, said, I introduced myself, Dr. Apoki from Nigeria. Oh, he said Nigerians, criminals. I told him he should shut up his mouth, that criminality is intelligence looking for an avenue for manifestation in the midst of oppression and deprivation. So when there is oppression and deprivation, the youths rise up. And remember, I said elite capture, their ancestors and their fathers have pitched them against each other. That was why there was the contention and the killing of each other. And then insecurity drives away the corporations. And when there is this elite capture and deprivation of the youths and there is no justice, people try to come together in their own tribal enclaves to be able to put pressure on the multinationals so that I can get for me, Urobo, you Ishekiri get for yourself, you Ijo get for yourself. So it is my generation is a wicked generation. And the generation before my own that benefited from the good that was present in the land, that decided to divide us and pitch our youths against each other. Anytime somebody is bringing division between you as a Nigeria, when they use religion, when they use whatever, it is for their own interest. And the young men and the young people of this generation, of your generation, must avoid that death trap. Their children don't come out to fight. Their children are in the UK, their children are in the US. But they are not ready to buy jam form for you. They are not ready to give you employment, but they are ready to buy AK-47 for you to go and shoot. That is the tragedy and the wickedness of my generation and the generation before my own.
Like you said,
so when the companies left,
generation after us. Go ahead, sir.
Your generation is a little bit young. Your generation is a little bit younger. We are the people born before independence. We are the most wicked generation. We're the most wicked generation. I ate chicken in school at FGC Warri. I swam in a swimming pool at Government College Ughelli. I ate cornflakes at FGC Warri. They were paying transport fares for people to come to school at FGC Warri. Now it got to our turn. Our children are carrying benches on their heads to school. You know, That they washed my clothes in a laundry at Government College Ughelli. They bought tissue paper, gave me Dettol, gave me a Lux soap to take my bath. In fact, I used tissue paper for the first time at Government College Ughelli because there was social justice. I could sit with the son of the secretary to the federal government, Agodo, in the same seat. And my father was a gate man for Idama, a refuse collector in Warri Idama Hotel, refuse collector in Warri Urban District Council. Once you remove this social justice, you breed anger, you breed violence, you breed desperation.
Yes.
And then these individuals now see the multinationals as their enemies. Though the multinationals didn't do well, you keep carrying houseboats to Kunukunuma, carrying houseboats to oil communities, and you can't build permanent structures for them. It's very bad. So then, particularly the 1 million man march during Abacha time, when Ijaw boys and people from the Niger Delta got to Abuja and saw what they had used our wealth to build there, they got angry. So this, let me call it Totori, they Totoried the boys, and the boys decided to Kolobi them.
So it was an exchange. The Totori, they got a Kolobi in replacement for the Totori.
Yeah, the Totori, then the boys Kolobi them.
Fantastic. But so we've gotten to this point where a lot of young people are now speaking out. But what I have seen, sir, just doing the little I do around in this region, is that we have a lot of young people who are too proud to work, but not ashamed to beg. So there's an extreme. There are people who are ready to work, but there are no jobs. But we have a large majority who are just laid back and want instant gratification, not ready to put in anything, but to get out the best. And I can see that that's what has led to what we see in financial crimes, in quotes, the Yahoo Yahoo and all of that. What do you think, sir, in your opinion, has led to all of this, especially in our city?
If you look at the Igbo market and the spare parts market, if you see the Igbo boys in Warri there, they are not greatly involved in Yahoo Yahoo. They are doing apprenticeship. They are learning a trade. They are hustling. Those boys you see who are hustling that are dirty, they have buildings in Onitsha. They have buildings at home. I grew up in Igbo land. So these boys, this mentoring system and this dissimulation, the Igbo man is dissimulatory. He pretends to be poor while he is very rich. While we, Ishekiri, Urobo, Ijaw, we are simulatory. We display wealth that we don't have. Our wealth is not deep. The wealth in Warri is one generational wealth. Once the man dies, his children start begging. So we raise children who we created a delusion and an illusion for, that all is well, and that doing manual work is meant for the poor, meant for the uneducated. It's a sign of suffering. Then you now see that when these things are not available, because in their mindset, work is equivalent to poverty, is equivalent to suffering, they will not want to work. They will prefer to beg. I grew up with Lee Engineering, Limon Ikpia, in the same vicinity in Okere with your mansioners. Lee Engineering would trek from Orerupe in those days to Okere when he was driven for school fees. And because of the background he came from, when he started his small office then near the Efrunji ROA, after working for Snam Project, when he was working for Snam Project, he is the first to arrive at work, last to close. So we grew up with poverty, some of us, and because we didn't have, and we saw hard work. Most of the mud houses in Okere, it was my father that used to patch them. My cousin that retired as director of finance in NDDC, Jimo Egbejule, his mother was my auntie, used to do hawk quokka. I used to hawk Akamu to Word of Life area before going to school in the Baptist school. I used to carry firewood from Okere to go and sell in Obao. So I had the training of hard work and that will lead to wealth. So I didn't have pseudo-elitism. The pseudo-elitism that was created in Warri, I no go agree make my pikin suffer the way they suffer so. So work was equated with suffering. And so the northern boy, the outside boy living in Warri is not into Yahoo like our own children. They are not begging. They work. So it is this elitist mind, pseudo-elitism, falsehood, and over-enjoyment and over-excitement that makes the average person that does not want to work beg. So you see those who are ready to work are mostly those from other tribes who came here for greener pastures, and then those from backgrounds that migrated from the surrounding towns who are willing to eke out a living that are working. But the children of the pseudo-elite, I use the word pseudo-elite because your papa build one old house for Kere, build one for Bao, and your papa build house for Daudu. Doesn't make you a rich man. You see, the height of buildings in a town, is a measure of the economic activity. That's why you look at Asaba and Onitsha, the buildings are different. So the buildings in Warri are still 2 stories, 1.5 story. You see that it's a sign that we have not been very entrepreneurial. And the businesses that grew up in Warri, the wealth that grew up with our forefathers, my seniors, did not pass from generation to generation because there was no mentoring scheme like the Igbo tribe. So our children were taught, we even trained house boys and house girls and servants instead of training our children to do business and to do enterprise. So where do we go from here? I saw one Yahoo boy. I told him that, look, if you know how much I'm paid to speak, it will dazzle you. Why do you think I'm coming to the farm to harvest potato? He couldn't understand. I go to the farm to create a model for our children that I am globally recognized. I'm not boasting. I've traveled to the end of the world. I've created wealth, but I still do this work to prove to you that it is not illiterates that work, neither is it the poor that work. I am working because work is the first commandment God gave. First commandment God gave to man to walk the garden. The first commandment. The first commandment. Then the advent of Pentecostalism to Warri also created a problem. My helper, oh my helper.
My helper.
You see, me I no go suffer. I no go beg for food. This is your year of double honor. You never get single honor. This is your year of double honor. So Pentecostalism was very strong in Warri at a point. So if you count the revival centers, Warri, Benin, Port Harcourt, Lagos, and Aba were the places where there was real heavy revival. And Pentecostalism assassinated the intellect of some of our people, and they thought that they could outsource responsibility to God through prayer. You will notice that on Wednesday, they go around Warri, go around the vicinities.
Also, say that again.
You will see women shaking.
Also, say that again. Say that again. They outsource responsibility. They outsource responsibility.
Wednesday, if you go around Warri, they outsource responsibility to God. They think that prayer, they have a stupid song, prayer is the key, prayer is the master key. Jesus did not start with prayer. Change your stupid mentality. Jesus started with responsibility. Don't you know I should be about my father's business? He grew in stature and wisdom and obtained favor from man and from God. So on Wednesday, you will see most shops are closed in Ughelli, Warri, and the vicinities. All of them are in prayer houses. One man is milking them, telling them God will make them this. They are bringing olive oil and peppermint and water, thinking it will lead to breakthrough. No, God created work for breakthrough. He said, he who does not work should not eat. And the Jewish nation whose God we serve, they don't close their shops on weekdays. They close their shops only on the Sabbath. And before then, they work very hard. So Pentecostalism and religion, because it has entered Catholic, it has entered Anglican, it has entered Baptist, people are outsourcing responsibility to God. God will not clean Warri. It is we that can clean Warri. The streets will remain dirty unless youths come up. Obaho, you'd say, we want to clean Obaho. Daudu youth say we want to clean Daudu. Youths in Okere say we want to clean Okere. We want to clean our environment. God will not come and clean streets.
True. True, I agree.
So then my generation that has benefited from this unity, and from the unity, the social justice, we are thinking of doing things to stimulate our youths back to reality. One of my friends that I grew up with in Daudu is going to Salimo Wits Foundation, is going to sponsor an outreach for me. And I'm thinking of coming to Okere to do the outreach for Okere youths. And that area where I stay, that Uku Square area. We gather young men and tell them it is possible if it was possible for us to leave this environment with hard work, with integrity, with dedication to duty, with pursuit of academics and excellence in whatever we did, you too can. I left the mud house in Oki Street, number 12 Oki Street, to medical school. By the time I returned, I was working in the GROA. Working in the general hospital. And I was living in the GROA near Mr. Chief Slater's house. So I left Okere to the GROA. The GROA, where I used to go and pluck guava and ebelebo and swim in the Damba Damba. Education, commitment to duty, and hard work and enterprise took me from Okere to the GROA. You know what's the thing, Waka?
I'm telling you.
He choke you.
He choke. He choke. Very choke. He choke. From Okere to GRA.
Yes.
From Okere to
it's still
GRA.
possible in this generation. It's still possible in this generation.
Very true.
You will notice the highest scores in JAM didn't come from private schools. Did you notice that?
Yes. It's always from public schools. Public schools.
They came from public schools. They didn't come from the children of the elite. Innocent gave scholarship to that girl in Anambra State. Came from public schools, indigent students. It's just commitment, patience, diligence, hard work. Yes. The reason I refuse to contest elections, the reason I refuse to run after politicians is because of the youths in this part of the country where I come from. I want to prove to them that you can still do well without politics. You can do well without contracts. You can do well without criminality. You can do well without fundraising and still live a comfortable life. You can become a global citizen from Okere. In fact, it is easier to succeed now globally with the internet than doing TikTok and whatever. So, if you listen, I do 2 radio broadcasts. One in Mega FM, 6:30 on Tuesday in the morning. I do one in Quest FM, 6:30 on Wednesday in the morning. All my programs are towards youth development, attitudinal change, and I call it developmental Christianity. The Christianity that can lead to the development of the mind, the development of businesses, and the development of our environment is real Christianity. Not the Christianity that only prepares you for heaven while where you are living in is dirty and you are unemployed and poor.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you so much for all the background and giving us a clarity of where we are and why we are here. In your opinion, you just spoke about the Weeks Foundation now and what they plan to do. Aside from that, what can
Salimo Weeks Foundation.
Salimo Weeks Foundation, yes. What can we as a people do generally? In my own little way, I try to see how we can have conferences, to change the mindset of people, because I believe that if their minds are not changed, no matter what you give to them, it would just be a waste of time. We need the mental revival first before we even need financial revival. If there's no mental revival, if finances come, they waste it.
Yes.
A lot of finances has come from the oil and gas companies. But
yes,
we've wasted a lot of that. So what do we need to do differently going forward to bring our city back to where we should be?
To go and do Dorime. Now,
very true.
If you look, Dorime, Ameno, if you the old Lapo, they do Dorime. Now, let me quickly say this. if you look at the age brackets that G.E. Mabiaku, the Rewanes, the Bobines, the Agbous, the Okumagbas, the different tribal Eselemos, Masoji Estate Man, all these people that contribute at Tumu stores, Odibo trading stores, all these Agadaigo CMS bookshop, the age at which they attained what they attained is far lower than the age bracket we are still doing Shwansa for people.
Yes.
So we are still feeling too. You will see somebody is 45. You say you are a youth leader. You are an ancestor already. So we must change the mindset and start letting our people and start letting our young men know that they should start early with the entrepreneurial spirit and responsibility. Number two, we who have broken away from the yoke of poverty must start deliberate mentoring schemes. Mentoring schemes. Mentoring in the sense that we bring them and show them how we are doing these things. Like the inner caucus meeting we had at our school at Okokoko. We were telling them how we managed to build these institutions. There was a time I had only one shoe. As I speak with you, I don't have any coral bead. I don't wear wristwatches. I don't wear bangles. I don't wear bling bling. Because I still remember where I come from, and I know how to manage my finances in such a way to develop myself and be able to employ people and take people from poverty. So you don't beg for entertainment.
Also, sorry, you call it the crow philosophy.
The crow philosophy. The philosophy of crow philosophy. Small. 250 times 40 times 20 times 12 times 10 is 24 million. That's you sell something of 250 to 24 people times 20 days times 12 months in a year for 10 years. You get 24 million. You sell something of 250 to 80 people for 20 days for 5 years, you will get 24 million. If you sell 500 for 40 people times 20 days times 2.5 years, you will get 24 million. It's just this ability to bend down and look for something that you will do to solve the problems around you. What we graduates need to do is to take what illiterates are not doing well and do them. There's a woman that sells roasted plantain and ice fish somewhere in Warri. I went and interviewed her. I told her, Madam, do you sell up to 10,000 naira a day? She said 10,000 naira na small thing. For she to say that she sell 10,000 naira na small thing, that means she might be selling up to 20,000. 20,000 naira for 20 days is 400,000 from Bole. There is now a Bole festival in Port Harcourt. People come from all over the world for the Bole festival in Port Harcourt. Roasted Bole and ice fish in Port Harcourt. We can take small units of things in Warri and do them and produce wealth for our young boys. But we must remove this mentality of I carry degree. Who do you want to philosophize with your philosophy? Who do you want to market with your marketing? Not be medicine I read before they sell Gary. Not be medicine I read before they sell Gary. I sell Gary to people in Qatar, people in India, people in the UK, people in the US. My Gary is a global Gary, and I'm a medical doctor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then one of the things we need to do is to teach our young ones and coalesce them into cooperatives. Cooperatives, so that they can bring their little sums together and form a huge resource base, and then use that resource base to establish businesses that they can manage as cooperatives. If you have a pig cooperative, you see the fish cooperative at Ekpa, the pig fish cooperative. We can have a poultry cooperative. We can have a snail rearing cooperative. We can have a mushroom production cooperative. We can have a mechanic workshop there's a lady at opposite Otokutu. What is this place called? Plantation City.
Plantation City, yes.
What's her name now? She has yes, there's a mechanic workshop there.
The auto mechanic
You know
lady.
her?
Floritech.
Yes,
yes.
Auto mechatronics. Yes, Floritech.
Yes.
Yes. She's mentoring, taking children from the streets, from homes, and mentoring them, teaching them auto mechanics. She's going to open a mechanic village somewhere after Ogo Junction, where when you finish training, she will give you your own workshop. You will get your own workshop. So we can start mentoring people in that way and taking them off the streets. All of us cannot work in Shell. All of us cannot be contractors. All of us cannot hammer. Let's carry spanner. Let's carry one other thing that can bring wealth.
And shovel.
So that's my perspective.
And shovel.
And shovel, yes. Yes. If you see me harvesting, I carry cassava stem on my head. If you see me walking in the farm, and I do my videos in the farm, and people see them. You know, there's no need for all this fake packaging. Don't mind these clothes I'm wearing now. These are my work clothes to come and impress you that I'm a reasonable man. Outside here is outside here is jeans that I wear. You know, so we must we must rejig the mind of our young people. Yes.
Yes. All right, and fantastic.
Then, we don't just be.
Go ahead.
Let me say this, and maybe we are done. If you let's not be Arsenal fans, Manchester United fans, and fans of people who they don't even know us. Let's turn ourselves to vanguards. Okere Vanguard. We have this group of people come together. Today, we are going to clean around Okere Market. Tomorrow, we are going to clean Esisi Street. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. We're not going to allow prostitution joints. We're not going to allow prostitution joints. We are going to have extramural lesson for our children in the neighborhood. They will pay a token. The person that read physics, the ones that read chemistry, biology, geography, English, that are unemployed. We will look for a town hall where we will be doing these lessons for our children, prepare them for JAM. They will pay money. We will share money at the end of the term or month, and then our children will pass better. So we can coalesce ourselves into different groups and produce results.
You just gave a solution to the problems that we have in this city. We should go ahead and form vanguards. Ogunu Vanguard, Ekere Shekiri Vanguard, Ekere Rubu Vanguard, Okumagba Vanguard, where we will be looking at profiling solutions to the immediate challenges that we are having in our different localities in the city. That way, we are not outsourcing responsibility, like you said earlier on. We don't need to outsource responsibility. Rather, we need to take responsibility, you know, for our city to be able to bring us to where we want to get to. Also, I would like you in the 2 minutes. What's your last word for every young person that is watching this now and those that will watch this after now? What do we need to do to take Warri to the world? What do we need to do?
Number one, Warri to the world is not only comedy. It's not to just sit down and laugh. Warri to the world is this model I am proposing, these vanguards of different parts. We have people who are very wealthy and who are very willing to bring resources to develop our youths. We have people like Mofeda Mijo. We have people like Agodai. We have people like Godons. We have people, even AY, the rest people that will come. The Oyo State Governor, the present Oyo State Governor, grew up in Warri. We have people who are ready to fund productive solution providing ideas. Then we need to have an incubation center for ideas where people like us can come, share with them, take some of their ideas. Then the average Warri boy needs to, Warri boy, Warri girl, we need to create a platform, an internet platform where we can market ideas, market products, showcase talents, showcase services that will attract investors and whoever from all over the world to Warri. To succeed now is easier. There is a coven bigger than the former covens that we had around. The name of the new coven is the internet. You can
and
utilize
it's very
the
easy
internet.
to win in this coven.
This coven, very easy. Imagine how many people watching us now, and it will remain here forever.
Yes, and then more people will watch after. Even I observe that more people watch after the live show. Many people might be doing other stuff now, but after now, a lot more people are going to watch.
I will share it on my platform. My son is watching from Romania. He will share it there. People are watching from other nations. I preached in one church at Warri, and there were about maybe 3,000 people there. But the video, we are going to close to 60,000 people that have watched it globally. So I will share this. More Warri people will watch it from all over the world, and we will coalesce these ideas. And I love that city. I love that city. It formed me, gave me confidence. If you can live in Warri, you can live anywhere, man. I went to Kenya. Somebody stole my phone. Somebody stole my phone. I was now walking in the streets of Nairobi to go and buy another phone. The street urchin was targeting me. Now, shed blue around like this. I shed blue around.
The Warri boy in you came out.
I bite kick around like this. Shed blue. Now I run.
So also tell us, let's use this last opportunity. Tell us about your new book.
Okay, I have this. I have this book called Echo Income. Echo Income.
First,
it's a wonderful book.
Tell us about that new book.
It teaches about doing one small activity, and then that activity will be producing wealth even when you have stopped that activity. And it also talks about using the internet to generate wealth through eco activity. For those who attended the conference, you didn't come and you sent 10,000 naira, but that's it.
This is Dr. Charles's number right there. You can WhatsApp that number.
Thank you so much.
You can get the book for 5,000 naira. So WhatsApp that number. You can get the book for 5,000 naira instead of the actual amount.
The YouTube channel,
and then also
Dr. Charles Apoki at Dr. Charles Apoki.
Once you can put the name in there, he's the only Dr. Charles Apoki, the only one, and he's your friend. You can see him everywhere.
You must stress the Apoki. Dr. Charles Apoki.
Apoki. Also, I heard what you said. Somebody called you. Said he called you Charlie Pokes, and the thing stuck to my head. I said, "That's
don't. That one is the. That's an Ogbonge name. Ogbonge name from Government College Ughelli. Ogbonge name.
That is it's separated for only a few. All right, let me say a big thank you to you, also. Let me say thank you to you for coming out to join us tonight, and also to thank you sincerely on behalf of my generation and the one after me, to sincerely thank you for being a leading light. When I was introducing you initially, I said you are a lot of things, but you are a leading light. Somebody said something earlier on, and I want to put that up again. Prosper Akoloko said this earlier. Just give me a minute. I'm putting that up. He said, this is what he said. He said, Dr. Charles Apoki has been a strong voice speaking the truth. And that is exactly what it is. People love you because you say the truth. A lot of people now, because of a lot of things, are not able to say the truth. They're not able to, are compromising, but not with Dr. Charles Apoki. Dr. Charles Apoki will tell us what it is that should be done, and he doesn't just say it. He doesn't just show the way. He goes the way. I have met him in the farm. I have been able to sell properties. That's the another side people don't know about you, sir. You are into real estate. I've been able to sell property and made gains from selling property through you. And you have been that's the word, you have been a leading light for young people, and let me thank you for that and say that God will bless you, bless your
We'll give all the
children and your
glory to
children's
God.
children.
Amen.
Yes, we'll have other opportunities
Amen.
to come again
Amen.
and talk about all of this. All right, let me ask everyone who is here to follow Everything Warri, because there'll be more people like Dr. Charles Apoki coming back here, and also the video is going to be on Everything Warri, so you can also watch it again. If you're not already following Everything Warri, please do follow. Next week we'll have more people, join us to share on other stuff around Warri. We talk a lot about Lagos, but nobody is talking about Warri, and the Holy Spirit just gave me that inspiration. Say, come, sit down, let's talk to Warri people about Warri and how we can improve the city. Nobody's going to come and help us. We will help ourselves. Also, I just spoke about vanguards right now. I'm going to definitely work on that. We need to have vanguard. We need to have business vanguards, where business people in Warri, business owners, come and sit down and talk about what's the next thing we need to do. How do we need to do projects that are more developmental or other than profit oriented? All of those things. But let me stop here. Time is up. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Let me allow you enjoy your evening. God bless you. We look forward to having you again.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Amen.
Have a wonderful night.